Job 25199. This is called Access Condos. We're getting ready to do this contract, asphalt work for Morse Management. Oh yeah, I gotta forget about that. So this is final docket video. This final docket video will be probably just as good as the other video I made, but this is going to show you some final details. So what I did here was on the contract, I've got most of the repairs. Actually, I got all of the repairs on the south side of the property, which goes into the other gate on the south side. So I've already sprayed those in, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. But here on the north end, I added this repair here, and the reason why I added it was because I shortened up considerably the asphalt at the very southeast corner. Okay, and I'll show you that here in a second. But here on this north end, we need to do this repair. You can see I've got a funny shape going on here because we've got a sensor right here. And I tried to stay at least a foot to 18 inches away. I'm a foot away from the sensor right here. But they wanted to get this area repaired because it's puddling, collecting water and all that. So I said, all right, we can do it. So there's a piece of iron there. But everywhere else, you can see on the outlining, there's a sensor line that goes right here to this. And then over here, I wasn't sure if this saw cut right here was for a sensor. And I don't know if it runs over here or not, so I cut it short about a foot. If our crews think that that's not a sensor wire there, then it'd be nice to have them go all the way to this line. But then they'll definitely have to cut back this direction, because right here is for sure a sensor that goes like this and then goes this way and over. There's another one right there. Okay, so I can't do anything in this area. I can only do what I sprayed in. Okay, so I'm adding this. We're still within the square footage per the contract. Okay, so we're still within the square footage. I just moved the square footage around a little bit, and one of them is adding this. Now I'm going to drive back to the south side. Okay, so I drove from the north side of the property, went all the way to the back, drove all the way around, came to this speed bump right here. Okay, so in the contract, I had all of this and around the corner as part of the contract, but I shortened it up, and the reason why is because this is all brand new asphalt. So and they had that request for that patch I just showed you at the other gate, and then there's also a parking stall over here that they wanted to add, and I said, well, instead of trying to rework things, I said I'm just going to shorten up a couple of your areas so we can include your additional requests and still stay under the square footage or within the square footage that's in the contract. Okay, so I got it marked here. This is where we're doing the grind and overlay. We're not going to do anything to the right here. Where I'm parked, we're not even touching it. Okay, we're not going to touch it at all. But we are going to kind of come up here. This is where we've got these posts that are in the ground that we'll have to dig out. I think the easiest thing to do probably is when we go to grind this thing down, is taking like a roto hammer or something and just busting these down as far as we can, and then compacting over the top, putting the asphalt over it. There's like 11 of these little posts here. I think I counted 9 or 10 before, but she said there was like another one underneath this car, and I can't see it. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 9 right there. 10, and maybe one more underneath. But we'll go at an angle here. We'll have to stencil in reserved, and we'll have to stencil in 131. I believe that's a 8-inch reserved and a 12-inch number. Okay, so then I went down here. The other thing I did was right here. This is where I added, per their request, stall 123 or 128, I should say. Okay, so I kind of went just past where the damaged asphalt is because of the tree roots. Sprayed in exactly what needs to be done. We'll have to remove those tree roots. I sprayed in this line just outside of it. I said that this drive aisle was 24 feet long all the way down, and it's actually about 22 feet. So this is why I thought it'd be okay to do that extra repair at 128. So striping crew has to make sure they bring digits to do stall number 128. And of course they'll do the reserved. The other thing for the curb crew down here is in stall 104, I forgot to put in this curbing. I thought I'd just leave it, but since we have to get a yard of mix, it'd probably be smart for us to just remove this curbing, put our asphalt in, and then when we're all said and done, tie into this and run curbing there. I have 18 feet of curb in stall 105, which is on the other side here, and that's where the 18 feet of curb is per the contract, but we should do this too. Okay, but we're ripping out, removing and replacing at stall 104, at 105, and then it continues up the stall line and then over. And if the striping crew has a fire lane stencil with them, a 12-inch fire lane, then, I mean, our asphalt crew can go all the way to the curb and still be okay as far as square footage goes, because this isn't 24 feet right here. But if they bring a stencil, the striping crew, then the asphalt crew can go all the way to the curb if they want and run a straight line and connect to this. Okay? But you see this line starts right here because there's a sensor just on the other side, so we want to make sure we avoid that and then go all the way up. Okay, that's going to do it. That's the main areas that you need to pay attention to. Of course, there's the speed bump we got to put back in. All right. There you go. Everything's sprayed in, ready to go. Any other questions, let me know. Thanks.